All right, it's time for a fresh edition of Weather for weather geeks, weather enthusiasts, weather nerds, science-y types, and those who just like a detailed forecast. This is your video. It's the Tuesday evening edition. We're almost halfway through the month of July, so I wanted to start out this evening with a quick review of where we've been high temperature-wise so far in the month. Now, the last 4 days have easily been the most comfortable stretch of the entire month. 79, 82, 79, 82. It's been the high temperatures over the last 4 days. 82 is par for this time of the year. Now, this comfortable stretch follows what was a really long stretch of very warm weather at the end of June and the first 10 days of July, peaking last week with a high of 93, 93, 94 right in the middle of the week. And for the month so far, 4.4 degrees warmer than average. We will no doubt end up warmer than average when we add up all the numbers at the end of the month of July. All right, it was a seasonable day today, and dew points were not bad at all. Once again, in the middle of summer in our climate, we consider dew points in the 50s to be a relative bargain. It can be a lot more humid than that, and it just was a handful of days ago. So we remain in the comfortable zone for the time being, but higher dew points are going to track our way tomorrow night, heading into Thursday, and for the foreseeable future as well. So 6 p.m. dew points locally, 58 locally, 68 Newcastle. Really, you don't find very many tropical dew points anywhere in northern Ohio, eastern Ohio, western PA, and southwest New York. Thanks to Dan, who shared this picture of Comet Neowise with us. He shot this very early this morning, and this is our kind of big astronomy story this week. Is a very nice comet recently discovered, and you can see it with the naked eye. And hey, if you've got binoculars, a telescope, nice camera, even better. And tonight's going to be another night to check this out. Now, I have adjusted the times on this graphic a little bit since I first issued this graphic a few hours ago, because getting fresher information. My times earlier on were based on information that was a few days old. But the bottom line is, wait until about an hour after sunset this evening. Sunset about 8:50, 8:55. Wait until about 9:45 to 10 o'clock or so, and then you should be able to see this pretty easily on the northwest horizon. Now, it's still pretty low. So if you got trees or anything blocking your view of the northwest horizon, then try to find a different spot, because it's going to be pretty low in the sky. Below the Big Dipper. So if you can find the Big Dipper, look below that a fair distance. So from about 10 to about 11:30, it'll be a great time to check it out. Then it'll dip below the horizon, and then start going back up above the horizon a bit in the 1 to 2 hours before daybreak on Wednesday. And then it'll be in the northeastern sky. So if you're an early morning riser, if your job requires you to get up and at 'em pretty early, you can check this out again Wednesday morning between about 4 and 5. That's your best chance. Low on the northeast horizon. Of course, give your eyes time to adjust. Get away from light pollution. Find the best dark spot with a clear view of the horizon that you can. If you snap some good shots, pass them along to us on social media. Email them to us, weatherpics, P-I-C-S, at WFMJ.com. All right, the comet's going to get a little higher in the sky for the evening hours over the next several evenings. Now, this is going to become pretty much something you can't see in the early mornings anymore. Tonight, tomorrow morning, almost our last chance to see it early in the morning. It's primarily just an evening thing, really starting around midweek and taking us into the weekend. Right now, it's, again, real low. By the weekend and into early next week, if the comet sticks together, which isn't a given, but if it holds together, it'll be generally, a decent amount above the horizon by the weekend and early next week. It may also be a little bit dimmer the higher it gets in the sky. It may also become a little dimmer, so it's kind of a trade-off. But if it holds together, we should have more viewing opportunities over the next several evenings. I mentioned this last evening, of course. Jupiter's in opposition this week, which means it's real bright. Look down and to the left of Jupiter in the eastern sky, you'll find Saturn later on this evening. Warm front ushers in the warmth. That is for sure tomorrow. Instead of the upper 70s and lower 80s, we'll make our way into the upper 80s for our Wednesday, and then we'll tack on the humidity on Thursday. Now, Thursday's forecast, a little bit tricky. Some of the modeling would suggest that there may be a dying thunderstorm complex coming across the state early in the day. If that comes to fruition, that may have an impact on our ability for the atmosphere to reload in the afternoon with this front pushing in. Yeah, there could be another round of showers and storms, but if we get that early morning round, maybe that stabilizes the atmosphere some. It's going to be one of those days. And we don't have a good feel yet as to whether that dying storm complex will be a reality or not. This is a weak front. There's no cold air with it. A little bit of a dew point drop on Friday. Generally, though, a pretty hot day. Sunshine for the afternoon, and that'll continue into Saturday. Right now, Storm Prediction Center has this outlined in the low-end risk, kind of a 1 on a 1 to 5 scale across our region for severe weather Thursday evening. Some gusty winds could be a possibility with any storms. This little pocket of dry air, once it gets out of here, boy, steamy-looking pattern. Kind of a dog days flavor to things in the coming days. Very muggy air at the end of the weekend and into next week as well. Our air conditioners will be very busy after taking a little bit of a break. These dew points might be running a little bit high, but not going to be surprised if they're kind of in the ballpark at the end of the weekend and early next week. We might have some dew points in the lower 70s. And again, I talked about this last evening. What you see is what you get. This pattern is locked in. Maybe a day or two, kind of like today, where it's pretty decent, pretty nice, but that's just an exception. The rule is pretty warm, pretty muggy, with occasional chances for showers and storms in the second half of July. Pretty classic mid to late summer weather, that is for sure, but even warmer than our already lofty averages. All right, thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks tonight on this Tuesday evening. I'll see you back here on Wednesday. And again, if you've got some great comet shots to pass along, do so via email or hit me up on social media.